What up, YouTube? Mandy Hops here. Shout out from the 314 from the 702. I just got off the streets searching for my first Las Vegas boyfriend, aka Trash. Most of you guys know the story. If you've been watching me, some of you don't. Let me bring you up to date. P.S. Shout out to Russian Girl and Red Hot Box. They both just contacted me. They're my homegirls. Y'all know about them. Maybe you don't. You'll learn. I have a homeless boyfriend. Yeah. Yes, I do. It's weird how this happens. Some of you know. Long story short, for those of you who don't, we met at a bar. He works there, technically. I thought he just worked there. I thought that's how I met him. Turns out he lives there. He eats there. He sleeps on the stage, sometimes a closet. I mean, he's like a feral cat. He can leave when he wants. He comes back when he wants. He sleeps when he wants. He does what he wants. And he's also like scared of people. He doesn't trust people, which I don't trust people. I don't trust anybody. But it's kind of like he'll sniff you, like take a bite of your food, or take a drink, and like scatter around and come back. Like he's sketchy, yeah. And but not sketchy as in like you can't like. Let me tell you, dude. I've been fucking with this dude for 5 months. I trust him 100% around. Like he's never stolen any money, jewelry. Like he doesn't, he does fucked up shit, but he's not a thief, okay? And he's so mean that like he rarely lies. Like he'd rather just fucking tell you to your face, kind of like me, you know what I mean? He might exaggerate, also like me. And neither one of us listened to each other. We both went our own way. But anyway, so we became friends. Well, actually, we hooked up right away, and we're like boyfriend girlfriend. Like we genuinely were like dating. Like we were together. We were a couple. And then I found out he was homeless, and we were already a couple, so it was kind of weird. But we worked it out, and then we didn't. And then we broke up, and his mom died. And this was like right before Thanksgiving. And he called me, leaving me a message, because Trash doesn't have a phone. Trash doesn't have stuff. Like he has an outfit. That's it. But he actually looks really cute. Like he looks cuter than most rich dudes dressed. Like if I could dress a boy down, it would kind of look like Trash. Like that's part of my attraction to him. Like he wears like these like big boots, but not like I'm a freak boot. Just like I don't know if you guys ever seen street guy boots. I'm not explaining it to you. In these camos, and he always like specially cuts them around his boot. Like that's his signature thing. And he always wears like a black top and like a black hoodie, normally like a punk rock something, and a really cool hat. And it's like, damn, you look cute. He does look cute. But so this sounds crazy, guys. I know, but I'm gonna explain the crazy because God works in mysterious ways, and I 100% know He put me and Trash in each other's lives. I don't know why yet, but we'll figure it out. I think we kind of save each other, but we piss each other off enough that we don't stay together, and maybe God does that on purpose too. I think. So when I moved here, I didn't have one friend. I mean, I still really don't. Like, Trash is my friend. Trash knows more about me than anybody. Like, we're super tight. Like, super, super tight. But it's off and on because we both have that, like, and, so he was the first person I met. We hooked up, and, like, I really needed somebody like that in my life. I mean, not saying a homeless person, but, like, that doesn't describe, like, who he is as a person. Like, that doesn't mean everything, like, dude, he's a lot more than that. He's had jobs. He's been in the military. Like, he's driven cars. Like, he's very smart. He's fucking smart. And he may look like he's laid back in the cut, not knowing what's going on. I guarantee you he's paying more attention to everything and seeing what's going on more than anybody else. Like, his street sense almost hone it. Like, he's like a Rain Man. He's like a retarded genius at times. I mean, that's a little stretching, but that's just like how I can break it down. And so his mom died, and then of course I was going to be alone on Thanksgiving, and then I hooked up with him after I didn't think we were ever going to talk again because his mom died, so I just showed up at the bar where he lives because that's how we do things. He leaves messages, I show up. Like we don't actually like traditionally call each other. Like it doesn't work like that when your boyfriend's homeless. Like we don't have like, I mean, he would call, and I blocked all the numbers he had access to, but like he doesn't have access to his phone. His friends don't have phones. There's no pay. Shit's weird. It's weird. But we just find a way, like, it just happens. And that's not even with him just, like, showing up at my door, because I don't do pull-ups. I don't like people just showing up at my door. But I wouldn't be surprised if he showed up today. I don't know. Actually, I would be surprised, because we don't roll like that. But, so then, what had happened was, I was pulling out of a restaurant, And occasionally he gets kicked out of the bar he lives at because you just gotta know him, okay? And he worries about like the silliest things. Like, you know what grosses me out is like you probably haven't brushed your teeth today and you're chain smoking. That's gross. But he's worried because he has like a tooth missing right here, and he has a lisp because he got hit in the mouth and he got shot in the mouth. I mean, he's got a loud mouth. So he talks like a little, like if you guys ever hear, but it doesn't bother me. He's like, don't worry, I'm gonna get my teeth fixed. I'm like, that doesn't bother me. Like, why don't you just brush them and not smoke? Like, I mean, these street kids, like he does like have hygiene, but like it's not like a normal person's hygiene. So like, dude, I'm the only girl out here with him for real. So it's like, and it's not because he's bad looking. It's just it is what it is. So it's like, they're a little rough around the edges, but like I can deal with it, because he's like, in a lot of ways, he's on my level, and a lot of people aren't. So anyway, I was driving, and we basically dated the whole time I've been here, off and on, and I hadn't seen him since we got into a fight on Black Friday, the day after Thanksgiving. We spent Thanksgiving together. And then we hadn't talked since. I had dated another guy who he knows, who I met at the same bar. So there's a lot of friction going on there. They both have two sides of the story, because my ex Atticus, and then my ex Trash lives at the bar. Atticus keeps going to the bar. He's been thrown out like 3 times and we got thrown out, but he got thrown out, but I was with him. And Trash didn't say shit to us. Trash was like, pull up. But I don't know why Atticus keeps going there. Now, Trash said he threw Atticus out. Atticus said Trash didn't say shit. I don't know. I don't care. The whole thing's stupid. I think they're just like using me to be dicks to each other. But I don't care. We're all dicks to each other, really. So anyway, I dropped Trash off at the bar today. Like, go back home. Are you too good for your home? Which he might still be kicked out. So I was a little worried about him. So I come back and I have some drinks, and we had some words, because that's just how we are. It's just how we are. So I came back, I had a couple drinks. I'm like, dude, I'm going to hit the streets. I'm like, look for him. And it is a really weird feeling, guys, to literally be driving down the street, genuinely looking in the street, because I know where he hangs out. Like, I know his spots. Like, because every bum has their like own spots. Like it's a thing. Like, I don't know how to explain this West Coast life. So anyway, I'm like looking at the bus stops. I'm like waiting to see him, because I was just gonna be like, hey, anybody call an Uber and whip his ass back here? Because by now he probably got his fucking cigarettes or whatever he needs to be like right. Because I don't want to fucking deal with that shit. That's not my problem. That's not my problem. Like I love you, he loves me, but that's not my problem. And so I was gonna whip him, but nowhere on the street. So to me, that's a good sign. So that means either he's back home in the bar, which isn't necessarily good for him. Hopefully he's leaving the state in March. We've been talking about this the whole time with his folks, going back to Minnesota. He needs it. He needs to get the fuck out of here. I need to maintain here for a second, because that's what I came to do. But he's been here for a second, and now Vegas is just bad for him. Like, could he survive here? Yeah. Like anybody's better than most people. And people know him, and they know the guy that he is. Like, they know he's a firecracker. Like, he's gonna pop off on you. But at the same time, they know he's a good guy. He's trustworthy. He's harmless at the end of the day. But like, he's more just bark than bite, for the most part. But they take him in, like people let him stay there, because like, dude, your heart just goes out to him, and he doesn't really. Oh, he'll ask for shit. Like, that shit gets annoying. Can we smoke bowl? Can I get $5? Like, he'll ask every shit. I fucking hate that. So I don't want to say he doesn't ask for anything, but he technically doesn't need for anything. And most of his shit is psychosomatic. Like, he thinks he needs a thing. He thinks he's DTing. Like, it's all in his head. And then, so I had to work yesterday and do deliveries. He didn't want to be out on the streets, and you could tell he felt like shit. I don't leave people at my house. Like, no. So I let him ride in the back. He's like throwing up out of the fucking van all day, like as I'm doing deliveries. Like, it's a mess. I know there's more to that with him. I get it. I get what's going on. I really don't think it's heroin. I think it's like, I think it's other stuff. But then just being up in your body, just, dude, it turns you into like a sick, diarrhea, sleep-ridden, puking person. It feels like shit. You can't hold anything down. I've been that route. That's why I got off that shit. But it's even way worse when you're on the streets. You don't have anything else. You don't have food. Like, your main priorities are like cigarettes, booze, and then whatever. and then then you get right, whatever. But so yeah, ironically, this is where the guardian angel part comes in. He had just been kicked out of the dive. I didn't know. What's funny, if anybody knew they were together, they're like, oh, he probably went back to her because he was kicked out. No, I found him on the street coincidentally. We almost collided. I was like, do you want to get in? He's like, yeah. Throws his beer down, hops in, and it was all over. So that was 2 days ago. Got rid of him this morning. I don't mean to say it like that. Took him to the dive. But we have an expiration date. Like, we play really well together for X amount of hours, and then it's like, and then we got a break. But like at the end of the day, like I always have his back, and I think I know he cares about me, but he's just like, he's very attitudey. Like, dude, when you live on the streets for 26 years, like, you don't understand. He doesn't trust anybody. I don't trust him. We both still don't cave, but like, we have a great respect. So yes, I call him my boyfriend, but like, he's not my boyfriend. We're like not together. But like, did we hook up the other day? Fuck yeah, we did. I've only hooked up with 2 people since I've been out here. He's not out here fucking with anybody, and I've been tested. I'm good. Like, I don't know how to explain it, guys. It's weird. Yes, having a homeless boyfriend. Yes, searching the street legitimately to see if your boyfriend's out there when you're not, like, and everyone. It's a weird feeling. But he wasn't out there, so no news is good news. Somebody must have taken him in. He's getting his milk somewhere. That makes me happy. So I feel better. It was good to see him. And yeah, so if you guys are wondering, there's like a million of my YouTube stories about him in the last 5 months because that's what I've been hanging out. But I think God put us into each other's lives because like when I was really, really down, like, and I needed somebody, he was there. He was there. Like there's some funny fucked up stories, but he was there. And when he was at his worst and he had been out on the streets and he didn't have anywhere to go, guess who I just bumped into? And I was like, hey, you want in? I had food, I had booze, I had a vagina, like, hell yeah. So we take care of each other, and it's like, we don't have like he's like, if you ever need me, I'm like, what do you want me to do? Send out smoke signals? Like, caw, like, but I don't know how it works. But at the most random times, and it'd be one thing, like, if I was driving by his bar to see him, or if he was, like, out by my house, but, like, it just happened. We just collide at the right times, and I do think God works in mysterious ways, and it has something to do with that. And, I don't know, it makes things better. And I'm not embarrassed to say, and I will not ever take back my Las Vegas boyfriend. Talk to you guys later. Bye.